EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Washington Commanders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again. Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were terrific last week in the win over Denver.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 37. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, as the head coach...
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Commanders are on the board first here this afternoon. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They go play action now. Lawrence. Wide open is Watkins. He's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 33 yards that time.
As a general manager, you're counting on your first and second round draft picks to have a big-time impact on your team. But where you make your bones, rounds 3 through 7. If you can find a few diamonds in the rough there, develop them, then you've got something.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. A give up the middle to Gibson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Jaguars. Antonio Gibson, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson, rolling to his right. And he finds McLaurin. And he'll go out near midfield at the foot. The red challenge flag making an appearance. Doug Peterson not liking what he saw there. So Doug Peterson successful there on the challenge, throwing out the flag. A good call. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence that they're going to put more points up on the board.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. Against a team coming off a win, just as your team did the previous week, you talk about being physical all game long. Sometimes being physical is just being on the spot and helping force the incompletion.
I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there, as that's batted down and incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Sitting at first place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up 3rd downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. 3rd down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. These two teams all tied after 1. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Play action. It's Jackson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. Jahan Dotson. 50 yards. And the Commanders have taken the lead. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there, and this will stay a 6-point ball game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during his...
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line.
Okay, partner. No surprise to you. I'm going to look at this from the defensive perspective. In the rain, you have to be more cautious trying to cover passing routes. Why? The offense knows where they're going with the football. The receiver knows the route he's going to run. You have to make sure you keep your footing underneath you.
That's caught inside the 20. A huge play there for Washington. 71 yards.
We see this happen so often. If you're a defender, it's like watching a bad movie over and over. The pressure's good, forcing the quarterback out of the pocket. but it's a lot to ask for these defenders to stay plastered to receivers long enough. And sure enough, they let a man come open, and the connection leads to a big play.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Two things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, it's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Caden Stearns. And the Jaguars will take over here at their own 12-yard line. The defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Now Lawrence. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. If points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Gibson again. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The Jaguars in a very solid 4-1 here in the early part of the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they'll get this down to the 10. All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center because, remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion. And sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
And down inside the 15 he goes. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Play action. It's Lawrence. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence. Flush. Lawrence hit and the ball is free. But it looked like a Jaguar was able to cover this thing, and so Jacksonville will keep control.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time, wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
The throw down the field, caught by his running back. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Check 15, check 15.
On third down, Lawrence. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Evan Ingram, an 11-yard touchdown. And the Jaguars are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will give him the lead here as we get on towards halftime. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker room. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 25. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one. Throwing again on second down. Jackson slings this deep from McLaurin. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jags are going to get it back here just past the 35.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
Hey, exit.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Certainly feels like the classic second guess, but let's be honest about it. They had a chance going to halftime with the lead. Why did they take a chance with a throw there? I don't understand that.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. And now this defense has to try to protect that lead going into the locker room. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin as the first half is winding down. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Extra point by York is up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Patterson's kick is good. And that cuts the lead down to just 3, 20-17. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks will tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Second half starts with a run by Gibson. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On 2nd and 7, Lawrence. Well, that's the 3rd interception for Lawrence. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. So an opening drive interception to begin this second half.
And just think about the time you spent in the locker room going over what you expected to do in the second half. Not the way they saw it, not the way they drew it up. You find out this is something that you can't just edit, right? There's no rewrite here. This is live, and now they've got to find a way out of this hole.
Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Just a 1-yard loss that time, but that's not what they needed. Now they're dealing with a 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. He's going to air one out. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off by Tyson Campbell. And the Jaguars will take over here at their own 14-yard line. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level and what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lawrence. They'll set up the screen for Gibson. And he'll be out right at the 35. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front. Completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
Now this throw caught left side. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That one goes for 24 yards.
And as a quarterback, you always want to exploit gaps in the defense, and he finds one here. Crossing route, working from right to left across the field. And once you get defenders going in the wrong direction, it is awfully hard for them to pivot back, and you end up getting the 1st down.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And Ingram hauls it in. And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. The 3rd down conversion successful. A gain of 11. On 1st down, Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Antonio Gibson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jaguars have taken the lead here in this third quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Jackson. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Throwing is Jackson. Out left to Dotson. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down.
Early down stuff will put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
From the gun, Jackson. Able to connect with Dotson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Jackson now. Flushed out right. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That hold coming from the left side of the line.
Hands got caught in the cookie jar on that one, and the flag came out. Penalty against him.
They go play action now. Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes. And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Josh Allen able to get him down for a loss of 11, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to...
Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in the final seconds of the 3rd quarter. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. New York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Lawrence's throw taken in by Watkins here. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Now here on EA Sports, and that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. Impressive individual effort there. No one was going to stop him around the edge.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that's why if you play in a 4-3 base and you're a defensive end, that's why you get the big bucks. They count on you to do everything. Defend the run and, of course, get to the quarterback.
68 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Lawrence will throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down. And here's a give to Gibson. He'll get it to the 23-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. From the shotgun, Lawrence eluding the pressure right. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Antonio Gibson. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Jaguars answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this is going to be a Commander's 1st down as the tackle made here at the 36.
And that's a nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that play on any down.
Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Jackson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
Partner, they've been aggressive, airing it out all game long, and no better evidence than those last 2 snaps. They weren't going to beat this coverage, though. 2 plays in a row, and that one falls incomplete.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line, 1 yard away.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Commanders have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane. They'll try to run this one in. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And he's going to go down. This will count as a sack, a very short sack, taken down at the 2. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Jaguars are able to come up with a goal line stand. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting 1st downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Now Lawrence down around his goal line. And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the 1st down in the process. A nice pickup there, 10 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Meanwhile, Lawrence's throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. He'll connect on the out route with Ingram. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Another yard would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. 2nd down and a run by Robinson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. A give to Gibson running right. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Lawrence with the handoff to Robinson. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right in midfield at the 50. A give running right, Gibson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 13. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Down to a knee for the Jags. Victory seemingly in hand. So this will be a win for Jacksonville.
Well, Charles, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.